there, traders, and welcome to Trade the Structure. And I'm just going to update you on the 5-minute trading day strategy, something I put together just over a year ago now and have been running for the last year or so. So if you're looking for a simple trading strategy, I think this is it's perfect for you. And if you're new to trading, this is also very, very easy to run. So it's a perfect beginning trading strategy to dip your toe in the water and to know that you're going to get some solid returns at the end of the day. Okay, so at the moment, sitting on plus 385%. So doing really, really well. So I'll just run through those results with you now and what that would mean if you had a starting account with $1,000. Okay, so what we'll do, you'll see on the screen there, that's the basically a promo, what you'll get on the website. So jump on the website is tradethestructure.com. Take a look around there and you'll see a lot of resources, and you can jump on the blog and you can see the latest blog post on the 5-minute trading day strategy and just a bit of an update there. So we'll take a look at that in just a moment. But what you'll see, like I said, it's a simple trading strategy that I've been running for 218 days at the moment. And it's up about, like I said, 385%. And we have a strike rate you'll see just on the screen there at 80.58%. Okay, so the strike rate is based on, it's a one-to-one trade. So I'm not trying to kick goals, but it's a certain strategy we're based around that the DAX, the Dow, and the Hang Seng. They're the three main indexes we trade. Okay, and it's based around those three there. And for certain reasons, and it's a one-to-one trade. So I'm not trying to kick any goals. All I'm trying to get is I'm either going to win or lose, okay? And I'm trying to go for a certain amount of point on each, and I'm only risking a certain amount of points on each. And as you know, like I said, with a strike rate at 80.58%, anything basically above 50% means you're winning, okay? And to have it sitting around above 80%, it's been consistently above 80%. I think it's never dipped under, is really, really good. So even if you're sitting, if it has a bad period for an extended period of time and it sits around, it comes down to around that 70% strike rate, it's still very, very good, and it's still a winning strategy. And like I said, simple and easy to implement. All right, so let's take a look at the results now. So what I'll do, I'll go onto the blog post there, and we'll just go down to the post. There we go, 385% return, and we'll just take a look at that. All right, so you can see that's what I was just showing you on the main page. You've got 218 trading days from the 31st of August last year until the 21st of July this year. So it's just recently gone. An average strike rate over that period for those three trades, if you implement them all, was 80.58%. So like I said, if you can pick one, if you happen to pick just the Dow, you probably find your strike rate to be a bit higher. If you pick the DAX only, your strike rate is going to be lower. But if you did all three of them every single day, and like I said, it takes 5 minutes a day to implement each trade, even less. You can just open it, set your limits and your profit targets and your stop losses, and then let it run. You either win, lose, or draw, and that's the results you can end up with. And you can end up with a strike rate sitting around 80.58% at the moment. Okay, so if we scroll down a bit more, you'll see those results plotted on a chart. So I've got those results on a PDF, and I've got them as an Excel file. So I'll update that every day, and we'll just get that running total. And you can see it's a nice, consistent strategy to implement. All right, and you can see if you started off with zero, if you start off with a small balance, zero profit or loss, that consistently has been adding. Every trade we do, every trading day you go through, it's consistently adding to those gains. All right, so and that's ideally all you ever want. The markets are about consistency. Okay, and if you can find something to consistently put money into your account, that's exactly what you want. What I actually use, I'll just go through here, is TD365. So it's a CFD trading platform. I use that CFD trading platform as opposed to, say, others like IG, CMC, all the others there that you've got available to you. I use that one because the spreads are the tightest on the market, okay? And that's the idea. You don't want to be giving money to the platform provider. You want to give as little as possible, which means a very, very tight fixed spread, which you've got on TD365. Yeah, that is money in your pocket as opposed to the provider. Okay, so it's ideal to trade tight fixed spreads, and that's what TD365 gives you. And I'm a big advocate for them. I think they're really, really good. So what we'll go through here is just the return. All right, so we've gone through the chart. You can see the consistent returns. You can see it's returned 801 points for the DAX to date, even though that hasn't been going the best out of the three. 1,260 for the Dow and 1,789 now. Granted, you can get a few more on the Hang Seng. So it's, I'm going for 30 points there. I'm going for 10 on the other two. But even that, I think the Dow is probably the best at the moment. It's running really, really well. What I'm thinking about doing now is even bumping it up from 10 points to go for maybe 15 with 15-point risk, or 20. I just have to do the back testing on that to make sure that that's going to work out better for us than sticking with the 10. But that will be something I'll be looking at in the future. All right, so they're the point return. So $1 on that, you can see that that'll give you 3,849 and a half points. Okay, that's what we've got to date. So what I'm really looking at here is this. Okay, if you started off with $1,000 account, with TD365, for instance, $1,000 account, that enables you to cover the margin for each trade. And if you're trading only $1 a point at the start of the year, if you did trade, you started with that $1,000, and up until now, you end up with a $4,849.50 in your account. So that's a 385% return on your $1,000 that you initially put into the account. Now, you're not limited to that. You can put in less, but that's just saying that if you had $1 a point, you just want to start off with a small amount, $1 a point per trade, okay, 3 times a day. That's what you could have ended up with to this date here. Okay, so sticking with that strike rate, if we can get around the 80% consistently over the next year, that's the kind of return you can expect on a $1,000 account, okay, with TD365. All right, so that is, as you can see, there's only $160 margin to cover each trade. And look, if you're going to bump it up to $2 a point, you might add to that as you go along. Once you start building your account up, you can add it, and you can see that if you can consistently add to the gains, then you can bump up your return there, and it could do really, really nicely. Okay, so I'm not saying there's going to be times where it's going to be really, really tough, but ideally, it's a good sample size over the last year that it has been consistently adding to those winners. Okay, there's going to be rough times. You can see on the Hang Seng, bit of a rough period here, went quite well. Rough period there, went quite well. Okay, Dow has been really, really good, and the DAX has been okay, but it's more losers than the Dow or the Hang Seng. All right, so that's pretty much what I wanted to go through. The best thing to do is take a look around the website. Just in here, go to tradethestructure.com, take a look around. There's some promo, let's just close that. There's some promo videos there on the strategy. You've got the returns there you can take a look at, and you can look at an example. Okay, so I've got some videos on the traded example. All right, so take a look around there. Now, feel free to subscribe. It is a free resource for you. So if you go to the register button there, click on that, you can just register below and put in your details, and away you go. Okay, so like I said, it's free to join in, no strings attached. Take a look around. Now, if you want the trading PDF on how to do the trading strategy, all I do ask is that you start up an account with TD365. I think it's going to benefit you anyway. And once you start up the account there, you get other trading resources as well. You get some free educational material there. So it's really worthwhile. All right, guys, that's all I wanted to talk about. Thanks very much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed that. And most importantly, enjoy your trading.